What is up, folks? This is Smog from OneHive Genesis, and welcome back to the channel for a brand new video. We've just done the Town Hall 8, how to drag Lune, and now we're going to get to the Town Hall 9 level, do the same thing, how to use dragons at Town Hall 9. Let's go and get straight into the attacks. Okay, so the first base we're going to look at is this one by Nate, particularly bizarre base design. Obviously designed, this is from our scrim, so designed especially to defend against air. And Karam here comes in with a really interesting comp. He's got 4 rages, 16 wall breakers, and then he's got a queen walk with 5 dragons on the end. So basically the idea behind the using dragons at Town Hall 9 is that you want to walk or take out 2 ADs with a shattered, you either walk them, whatever. If you can get more, then take more rages. If not, you're looking to include like Zapquake for an AD that's kind of out of reach. And then for one of the more exposed ADs, you're either going to Lune that with 1 max hound in the clan castle and 6 or so balloons, or you're going to take it out with your king and a golem. So that kind of encapsulates strategy on a whole, but this is a really interesting raid from Karam. Let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see, he's got 16 wall breakers, which you don't normally see for this kind of thing. But the idea is here, he's going to work his way around the queen and individually snipe off each one of these ADs, breaking her into each compartment as he goes. So it's quite a technical attack, but it works out really nice. You can see the first wall breaker goes down, and it's already going off target. But there you go, the second one in. He's obviously funneled off this side with the wizard. And he's just going to let the queen work her way in. We can just speed this up a bit because she's just bashing on storage at this point. Then puts 4 wall breakers down to let her in. Now she's going to redirect straight towards this first air defense. And this is where he uses his first rage. Almost goes down under those 3-point defense, but now it's going to be healed back up. Does drop the king in. You do need to watch out for that because as you'll find out later in this raid, when you do put your heroes close together, the healers can swap targets, and that is actually what happens in this raid. But as you can see, he's got the dragons going down nice and quick, which you can't normally do because this is such a bizarre base with all the ADs on one side. Karam is able to do that, so he's got 5 of his dragons coming in with a couple of Lunes for support. Their job is purely to take out the queen. And you can still see at this point the healers have broken off like we talked about, but the king is out front taking most of the damage, so the queen is still able to come back from behind and take out the rest. She's moving her way forward here, can be broken into the compartment for the 3rd AD, and then has access to that last one as well if she can make it. See the dragons now, there's still all 5 up and they're working their way towards the queen. Nice poison there just to slow DPS, take care of that nice and easily. They're just going to continue working their way around. And the queen is moving on to the last one. She's still got 2 healers, so that can sustain her against 1-point defense, which is fine. And Karam's still got 3 rages in the bag and the queen's ability. The last dragon comes in from the clan castle with the remainder of the Lunes. Perhaps a bit early, could have waited till that AD went down, but Karam uses the ability here on the queen, got the dragons pushing in from both sides. I'm going to speed it up because that's all it's going to be, just complete carnage. Still 3 rages in the bag and a poison. So, hugely successful on that base. I thought I'd show this one because it's a bit unorthodox. This obviously was a very not a kind of classic base you'll see, but outlines one of the ways in which you'll use this strategy. Normally, if you have 3 ADs close together, you can go for a in-depth queen charge. You don't necessarily need to have that Zapquake if you can Lune or king swap the last AD. So without further ado, let's get into the next dragon raid and see what Nate has in store for us. Be right back. Okay, so you can see in the next one, we've got Nate here, and he's going with the Zapquake like we talked about with the 2 rages. So he is kind of entering, the aim is that he's going to get 2 ADs with a queen charge, use the king and a couple of giants because he only needs to invest a couple of giants just to get this top AD here. He's going to use minions to funnel that out to make sure that the king goes in there. Swap out that, so that's 3 ADs down. Then he's just going to Zapquake the last one here and bring in the dragons at the queen, which you see on pretty much every dragon raid. The dragon's job is to take care of the queen every time. So let's have a look and see how this pans out. So yeah, he's going to funnel his queen here. We can speed it up a bit. Got the minions coming in, creating that nice wide funnel, then drops the queen. She's going to funnel in exactly where he wants because he's going to charge straight into this compartment, test wall breaker, times it nicely between the mortar fire, and the queen is going to get straight in there, lure the clan castle out. He's got the poison ready to deal with that, so that's all good. There you go. What was really nice about this is he timed the Zap Quake to also deal damage to the queen, so the dragons have less of a job over there. They're going to take less damage. When you can do that, when you got that AD next to the queen, always look to do it, because that's great value. So obviously all the archers in the clan castle get poisoned out nice and easily. It's not going to be a hound holding her up, which is pretty nice. As you can see, he's funneled the entire top off here for the king, so that's going to be perfect for him to just get in there, get the wall open. He's going to use a chance to distract and then wall break in there nicely. The queen's going through a wall, but she is actually going to work out really nicely. You can see the dragons already coming in again. Early dragons are nice because they are slow, so whenever you're doing a dragon attack, get them in as soon as you can because they don't move fast. They are a bit of a lethargic troop, to put it lightly. Anyway, the king has worked his way in at the top with the wall breakers, with the help of the giants. He's going to take care of that AD easily, and the queen in the center is getting huge value because she's taking out a whole load of Teslas. I think she got a couple of Teslas there. The other two were in the queen compartment, and then she's going to take out the last AD and continue moving around, continue dealing damage, continuing to stay up, which is great. And the dragons are going to work their way around so we can speed up, because dragon attacks do take a long time. But she works her way around, takes out a sweeper, so that's not going to interfere for the rest of the raid. And then the dragons are going to work their way towards the bottom. Going to use that rage on the dragons, speed her up, to speed them up. Could have used it on the queen if necessary. That's the beauty of being able to take two rages with you. You can use them where necessary for this attack. You see the dragons sweep across, clean up the last buildings, and that is that. Next up, we've got an attack, another dragon attack by Nicholas, but this one, which we're going to show next, has a few golems in store, so different again, a different variant of this attack. I'll be back again in a few moments. So the third dragon raid we're going to show is that golem variant I talked about. He's got two golems in his camps and another one in the clan castle, and you can see these kind of three air defences that are clustered over here. He's got the Zap Quake for this one, but his idea is he's going to use his stone to get in here, use his queen to take care of those three air defences, and then the dragons once again are going to come in from the queen side, like we talked about, to take care of her, clean up the rest of the base. So when you don't want to do a queen walk, or when you can see a load of ADs in close proximity, you can just get in there with some golems. It does work as well. Obviously, there's potential your queen won't stay up as long, but when you can use a jump and push the golems into more areas of the base, there is the potential to take out more with the help of the king. So let's go ahead and see how this one turns out. So it's going to start off with the Zap Quake. Interesting positioning there. I think he was potentially trying to take out that sweeper as well, but didn't end up happening. Drops the one Lune, just for pathing purposes, for his golems. That Lune is going to drop and take out the mortar, so the golems can come in unimpeded. So he's just going to drop all three of them in straight away. He's going to use some wizards just to funnel in. Going to wall break as soon as those camps go down, I do believe, after he's dropped his queen. And then, yeah, there comes the wall breakers. They're going to open the wall up, so everything's funneling straight into this compartment. He's got that poison primed for the clan castle, and it is of course a dragon, so he drops that poison down on the dragon, on the wizards. The king's coming in behind. He's going to let that develop. You can see he's got the jump spell down already for that third AD, and the golems are going to head straight there with the king. King does kind of go off towards the core there, ends up taking out a sweeper, Tesla, clan castle, and then hopping back round. And you can see his golems aren't actually in the right compartment at all. He's already popped the queen ability, but I think that archer tower ends up... I think she walks outside and picks that off, but of course she's nowhere near the last AD, and the king clutches up and gets it. Got some Lunes coming in to support down here, but they get blown back by the sweeper. But meanwhile, the dragons have, of course, made their entry, taken out the queen, and are going to work down towards the bottom side of the base here. He's got a wizard kind of flanking, helping them out. Going to kind of make sure they stay inside the base here and work their way down towards 6 o'clock, where the last offensive structure, there is that Tesla over there, but there's not too much that is going to cause these dragons that much more of an issue. He's got the wizard down already doing some cleanup on the high HP storages, so that's going to help out with the timing, because his attack's always fairly slow, so we can speed it up. Got the dragons still coming through. There's still 3 of them up, even though some have taken a few air bombs there. They split off nicely there. 2 take the wizard tower, 1 takes the Tesla, and they're going to work their way towards the barracks, and that is job done. So yet another kind of variant. There's loads of different kind of dragon attacks in this war, so great to show you how it can be done. But yeah, golems can be used for this, definitely. So if you see a base, got those ADs close together, maybe if you've got a low-level queen who you're not hopeful will live through the raid, then that is also a good option to go for this one. Okay, I'll be back with the last raid in just a second. Alright, so here we are with the last dragon raid, and this is yet another variant. And this one is going to include a Lune. So you can see the spell composition, 3 rages, 1 jump. Taya here is going to go with a queen charge right up the middle of the base, starting at 6 o'clock. She's going to take out 1 AD there and then another one in the middle of the base. She's going to access that with a jump, also kind of pass by this wizard tower farm over here, take out those, obviously take out the sweepers as well, which is great. And then she's also going to be able to sneak the king in, like we've seen in the previous attack with the giant, to take out that AD. And then obviously hasn't got the Zapquake, still 1 AD, but is going to come in with the Lunes and the hounds from this direction, and then once again dragons at the queen. So not much more to explain about this one, but it's basically breaking down a base, working out how you're going to take out each AD, and especially when these bases are basically designed to be anti-air. This attack was kind of prevalent, nice to see it. So it's definitely a viable strategy. Going to be interesting to see how it works out with a new update and the 30-second decrease in time. That is going to be very interesting indeed. It just means you're going to have to use those punchier entries, get those ADs quicker, and start the dragons quicker if you're going to have any chance of success. Because as you can see by the timer on this, it does get very close to running out of time. So let's go ahead and watch it. Starting. There we go. So a couple of archers down to start, just to create the funnel for the queen. Then puts the queen down. Giant to distract that last archer tower while the wall breakers come in to break the queen in. She's going to work her way in nicely here, which is just how we like it. There she goes, takes out 1 archer tower, takes down the next one. After she takes, of course, the first air defense. It's obviously a low-level queen, only level 18, so not even into her early 20s yet, but going on a huge charge here, going to take out lots of point defense. He's going to take out a couple of these wizard towers. Now, as you can see, the second giant comes down, and the wall breakers. Just in time, they're going to get the wall open for the king, who's going to come in off this builder hut, get right in there. Taya's going to rage him up any second just to get that AD down quick. Then drops the jump. Nicely placed jump there. Also going to give her access to those wizard towers, which would otherwise have been out of reach, I do believe. So she's going to get them taken out. And of course, take care of the dragon in the clan castle. I think the king picks off the wizard. Yeah, there we go. So the queen takes the dragon, rages her up for that part. Still got 2 rages in the bag, of course. The dragons are yet to come in. The hound is yet to come in, but the second AD does go down. Queen's going to work her way over to those wizard towers as well, take those down, which is nice. And as you can see, the Lune comes in here. So 1 hound, matched from the clan castle, doesn't take any air bombs, so that hound's going to stay up nicely. Then in come the Lunes. They're going to be hasted straight into the air defense, get it down real quick, and then go and take out this erroneous Tesla farm down here. That's nasty, but wisely uses the rage and then drops a few dragons down here as well. I think actually the dragons might work their way up from down here in the end because of that Tesla farm placement. Yeah, that was good. That was good by Tear to kind of work around that. Notice that had happened. The healers do move off onto the king and heal him up, so he's going to last a bit longer. And the queen does come through and ends up taking out the opposition queen. Yeah, that's right, the dragons come in from the top there. But the queen's going to take out the opposition queen, get a few more buildings down, and work her way, beating through that wall. Has got the wizard tower down there at the bottom. Perhaps should use that Lune down there because the dragons are up top. We can just speed this up at this point because there's nothing more that can hurt this raid. The king's still up. It was nice how the healers peeled off there to keep him alive and doing some work. But the attack is going to work its way slowly down to the bottom, clean up the last wizard tower, and that is job done. Right guys, that is how to use dragons at Town Hall 9. Hope you enjoyed the video. This has been Smorg. Over and out.